Sip Sudeep, Sip Girish, Sip Raju, Sip Samatma, Sip Kumar Swami, Sip Sagai, Sip Atmatre, Sip Parvatiyama, Sip Sangam, Sip Kundan, Sip Roop, and the rest of you who are not visible but are still present on a Sunday evening. Welcome to the call. That administrator is putting up today's question. The question, how will you define mind? How many of you, an important subject in this journey of enlightenment? Rumataji has already put her hand up even before the discussion. So the champion of the question answer session, Rumataji. हाँ बताइए रूमाताजी, आपने पहले हाथ ऊपर किया है.
शिवोहम प्रणाम गुरुजी. प्रणाम गुरुजी. Guruji, Namaskar. I feel mind has got no existence because we can have the scan of other parts of the body, but we cannot have any scan of mind. No scientist is successful. So it has got no existence, but it is so powerful. When thoughts arise, it becomes so active that it can make a person shaitan. Or if the person is using intelligence and making a choice, then it has got no existence. Then it is of no use. But when his mind is in command, then it can become even shaitan and force people to do horrible things.
But Rumataji, आपने जो कहा ना, it is called a dichotomy. आपने पहले तो कहा there is no existence of the mind, and the next moment you are saying it is shaitan, it is so powerful.
It is a thought factory. The thoughts are popped in the mind.
You make up your mind. First you make up your mind. Is there a mind or there is no mind? पहले तो यही तो आज का discussion है. I want you to mind है क्यों नहीं?
Mind doesn't exist. Mind doesn't exist.
Then why did you say it is a shaitan and it is like this and the mind is very powerful and आपने बड़ी-बड़ी कहानियां सुनाई?
But Guruji, the mind creates thoughts.
No, Rumataji, with all due respect and namaskars to you, can you please tell me, please define mind. Mind है कि नहीं है? अगर है तो कहाँ है? If it is there,
mind doesn't exist. It has got no existence.
How will anybody agree to you? Nobody in this call will agree to you that if you say the mind has no existence. Anybody agreeing to Rumataji? At least out of respect for the seniority of our Rumataji, who wants to agree that the mind has got no existence? She says. If there was no existence, how would there be so many mental hospitals and mind psychiatric doctors in the world? How could there be so much mind medicine in the world? Rumataji, how do you say it doesn't exist? Who wants to support Rumataji or go against her? Come on, let me get the discussion going. Define the mind. Today's very important discussion. Bliss. Tell me, Bliss, what do you think about the mind? And then Bliko.
Hi, Siobhan dear. Are you able to read what I write?
If you write, yes, administrator will read out. Have you written? Administrator, what has she written, administrator?
Bliss says mind is a complex thought organized according to the things experienced, feelings, sensations, perceptions, volitional formations, and consciousness by each of us and determined by the force of resilience to silence them.
Oh my God. I will need a scientist to explain what you have told. I need a scientist now to explain what you have told. It's too complicated.
Really? You think?
It is too complicated. What is your mind exists?
Mind exists according to what we have feeling and consciences is everything.
No.
And
Are you saying mind is consciousness? Mind is not consciousness.
it's in power. It's a thought.
My dear administrator, can you please read out slowly what Bliss is telling? She has put some very scientific thoughts. Please read out slowly, administrator.
Mind is a complex thought organized according to the things experienced, feelings, sensations, perceptions, volitional formations, and
What formations?
consciousness.
What
Volitional.
formation?
Volitional.
Volitional.
Yeah.
It's
Volitional for
what we want to do to learn.
By each of us and determined by the force of resilience to silence them.
I understand. I understand. अभी रूमादा जी देखा आपने? You say there is no mind, and Bliss will come out with such a scientific description of the mind.
But
Okay.
everything but the mind can be silenced by us.
Can you, my dear Bliss, can you please reattempt and make a simple explanation which a ignorant man like me can understand? Can you please give a small understanding? Otherwise, I am not so intelligent to understand your words. Can you please make it simple?
Yes, I can make it
Please
simple.
try and make simple administrative read out again. In the meanwhile, we will ask the next Canadian, Plico, what is the definition of the mind?
Shivoham, everybody. So mind is a bundle of thoughts. Its existence is not proved. Once you still the thought, there is no mind. But still the thought will come back and it will present in everybody's mind, everybody's life. And this mind actually is a very important component on which the Maya is operating. Once you still the mind, if you don't still the mind, you are always in Maya and you think all this duality is real and you will be in the samsara and you will feel the happiness and unhappiness.
No, because you are going to the next step of how to still the mind. So you are not agreeing with Ru Mataji. She says there is no mind.
Whether the physical entity, like physical entity, it is not there, but as an emotional entity, the mind in the form of thoughts is always present.
Okay, so what is the mind, Bliko, according to you?
Mind
What
is
is
thoughts.
the mind?
All the
Mind
thoughts.
Mind
Mind
is
is equal to thought.
Okay, very good. See, Bliss, how easy Bliko tells. So simple. He says mind is equal to thought. That's all. And Ru Mataji says there is no mind. So if there is no mind, then where the thought comes from, Ru Mataji? Ru Mataji, where will the thought come if there is no mind?
गुरुजी पर वो भी तो होता है ना, थॉट्स नहीं भी होती हैं.
हाँ, agreed.
अगर माइंड है तो थॉट ऑलवेज होनी चाहिए, बट वी एक्सपीरियंस नो थॉट्स समटाइम्स.
How often
Then
you
where is the mind? The mind?
How often you experience no thoughts?
I experience many times, Guruji, when there is no thought.
So my question to you.
Then where is the mind then at that time?
My question to you, do you experience no thought more times or more thought more times?
I experience, that is many times I experience, many times I don't experience.
So when you experience thought means what is that?
The work of mind is to produce thoughts. That is what I am telling. If we calm the mind, then there is no mind.
अभी
And
थी
पर गुरुजी
माता जी,
वैसे
अभी
माइंड
मुझे उल्लू
एग्जिस्ट
उल्लू मत
नहीं,
बनाओ, don't make me उल्लू.
नहीं गुरुजी,
you are telling me that
हम कैसे आपको कुछ ऐसे बना सकते हैं? हम तो आपके
नहीं,
फॉलोअर्स हैं।
no,
पर ये
सुन
बात है
आपको-
गुरुजी, जब थॉट नहीं है तो माइंड कहाँ है फिर?
नहीं, तो I agree with you that there may be time when there is no thought and no mind, but how can you say there is no mind at all? That is my
गुरुजी कोई
concern about.
आज तक कोई प्रूफ तो नहीं कर पाया ना कि माइंड इज देयर।
So you want to prescribe, आपके ऊपर एक पेपर लिखूं, रू माता जी
नहीं
says there
नहीं
is no
नहीं
mind.
नहीं, पेपर लिखने से क्या होगा? थॉट्स तो आती हैं, पेपर में लिखने से रियलिटी तो नहीं बदलती। बट ये है माइंड नहीं भी होता है।
तो रू
जब
माता
हम
जी,
जब
we
हम
cannot,
साइलेंट होते हैं तो माइंड नहीं होता।
I don't think we can say that there is no mind at all, na, रू माता जी.
हाँ जी,
So we have to now try to, we are trying today in this call with all you enlightened beings and me, foolish fellow here, we are trying to understand the definition of mind.
हाँ जी।
So what is mind? I am, you know, nobody, koi champion aa rahe nahi, सामने नहीं आ रहा है, रू माता जी. Eru wants to speak, I think. Yes, Eru. What is mind, Eru?
Mind is just a bundle of thoughts. ख्यालों का गुच्छा है mind. Thoughts are there, but when thoughts are collected, like so many thoughts bombard us, then mind comes into existence. Otherwise, there is no mind.
Oh, so you are partly talking about Ru Mataji and partly Bliko. ये diplomacy, Eru का diplomacy है. She says with Bliko, she agrees that there is mind is a bundle of thoughts. Bliko said very clearly, mind equals thoughts. And Eru is telling Ru Mataji जो बोलती है कभी-कभी तो mind है, कभी-कभी mind नहीं है. तो कहाँ जाता है mind, Eru? Ru Mataji, where does the mind go?
It has got no existence at that time.
Where does it go? I want to know. When there is
That
no
is killed.
existence,
That is killed, latched and cremated.
then how it comes back? So how it comes back, my dear Ru Mataji?
When mind becomes in control of the person, then it comes. Otherwise, it cannot come. When we are in consciousness, it cannot come.
See, so what? Okay, now you have brought a new entity. You have brought something called when in consciousness there is no mind. So what is this consciousness? A consciousness कौन सा entity है? So you all have to make it simple. I am not an educated person. मैं बुद्धू हूँ. See, I am a बुद्धू. मुझे समझ में नहीं आता ये सब बात. You don't tell me complicated things.
आंसर तो आपने ही देना है.
मैं बुद्धू. I don't understand all complicated things. You all intelligent people. आप लोग educated हैं.
We are बुद्धू.
मैं तो
आप
अनपढ़
उल्ट
गंवार
बोल.
हूँ.
आप उल्ट बोल रहे हो. आप उल्ट बोल रहे हो. We are बुद्धू.
So let us try. All the intelligent people in this call today, we want to understand. See, for me, it's so difficult every day to find a topic. Today, I found the topic. What is mind? देखो कहाँ से मैं कश्मीर में था. कश्मीर में आइडिया आ गया कि mind क्या है. So Bliss is going to give us a non-scientific explanation. Bliss, administrator, has she given a simple understanding of mind? Has Bliss sent you?
The mind is created by thoughts, and one can lessen its hold by diminishing them and silencing them. Then the mind is no longer dominant.
But mind is there. According to Bliss, mind is there. So Bliss and Ru Mataji are opposite. Bliss is telling mind is there, and Ru Mataji is telling there is no mind. So I am confused. I am trying to see whether I have mind or I don't have mind. I am trying to think now. I have mind or I don't have mind. Where is my mind? I cannot find. I know. I have nose. Ashok Chotwani, you have nose. Ashok Chotwani, where is your nose? Where is your nose, Ashok Chotwani? Sudeep Bhargava, you have ears. Sudeep Bhargava. Where is the mind? Come on, tell me where is the mind? That means Ru Mataji is right. No, there is no mind. But Bliss is saying mind is there. Bliss, where is the mind? Bliss, show me. Can you show me where is the mind? I want to see. In India, we don't have mind. Maybe in Quebec. In Quebec, you have mind? No, tell me you're laughing. Laughing doesn't solve the problem. Do you have mind in Quebec? She's laughing. So who else will tell us? This is a very, see, in enlightenment, you cannot get enlightenment unless you first tackle the mind. You need to be clear, where is the mind? What, Mrs. Mirchandani, do you want to speak today and tell us, according to you, where is mind, Mrs. Mirchandani? Would you like to go unmute and speak? You have to unmute. Mrs. Mirchandani, you have to unmute the mic. You have to unmute the mic
She
and
has
speak.
typed the answer.
Okay, what is that type? What is that Mrs. Mirchandani saying?
Mind merges with self. At that time, no mind. It becomes self.
Very good. Mrs. Mirchandani is talking Upanishad words. She is talking very, very spiritual explanation. When the mind merges with the self, then there is no mind. But actually, where will the mind merge when there is no mind to merge? The mind doesn't exist, Mrs. Mirchandani. I am telling you now. I am telling all of you there is no mind. So who wants to challenge me? Now, come on. Come on. Now I'm giving you all, come on, who's coming? I'm ready to boxing. I'm ready for boxing match. There is no mind. Come on, who wants to challenge me? Bliss.
Me, please.
I am telling, I am Rumataji, I am on your side, Rumataji. There is no mind. Chalo, abhi ladai karenge. Come on, tell me, Bliss, what do you have to say?
I would like to know where come thought, les pensées, les torches,
Where from?
les torches, les pensées,
Thought.
les torches, ouais, thought.
Thought is there. I did not say there is no thought.
Where?
Thoughts are there. Thought comes,
Where
but
they
there's no
come
mind.
from? Where come from the thought?
The thought comes from the ears. Music. When you hear the music, you get a thought. When you smell a beautiful fragrance, oh, Polo Ralph Lauren, Ralph Lauren romance perfume. Oh, you get a thought. Thought is there, but where is the mind? I don't know where is the mind.
The mind is a bundle of thought.
When you taste some cheese, gorgonzola cheese, you taste, oh, smelling cheese, smelling, lot of smelling. Thought. So bliss. There is no mind, only thought.
Only thought.
Who told you there is mind? Who told you?
All scientifique.
Huh?
All scientifique.
So let us see. We have a new master,
Sweet.
Chidanand. What bliss? What are you saying?
Scientifique treat mind disease. So
I can't
disease.
understand what she's saying. I'm in a car. Anybody can tell me what Bliss is saying? P.U. Aru, what is Bliss saying? Scientific. What is she saying? You type it, Bliss. In the meanwhile, we will go to Master Chidanand. Let us see what he has got to say. Sir, Chidanand, boliye.
Mind is like a shadow. It is
Shadow.
basically it is like a shadow, because in the light of enlightenment it vanishes. Actually, it is a bundle of thought. Based on your once you take a form of a jiva, the chitta will release the thought. Now, if you don't control the mind and live in ignorance, it comes because of ignorance only. It comes into existence because of
I am
mind.
challenging I am challenging the existence of the mind, Chidanand. I am telling there is no mind. You bring the mind to the table, then we will talk.
I beg to differ because you cannot say there is no existence of shadow. If you see in real life, when the
Shadow,
sun
I
is
agree.
in particular
No.
position, there is no shadow.
When my dog is running, I see the shadow of my dog. I agree.
Correct.
Shadow, I understand.
Yes.
But mind,
So
I don't
mind-
understand. I have never seen the mind.
So seeing is a different thing, but we can perceive because so many things you don't see, but you perceive.
But what is the mind?
There
Tell me. No, hold on. I perceive thought. There is thought. I am
Yes.
not disputing there is thought. I am not playing today. I am not playing. And I'm having plain water. I'm not having any whiskey or no Johnny Walker, nothing. I'm just having hot water. Okay. So don't think I'm having something. So tell me, according to me, there is no mind. What is this mind business? There is no mind.
No, because as long as you are in ignorance, the mind has to be there. Because once your body dies, what goes into transmigration? Birth and death, again and again. It is the mind. When it bundles itself into thought, it carries through. But if you are a Jivan Mukta, you have actually you have stilled your mind. It no longer.
Chidanand, have you seen the mind, Chidanand? अगर देखा है तो सामने बोलो, नहीं तो सिंपल हार मान जाओ, सीधा हार मान जाओ कि माइंड है नहीं.
नहीं, मैंने तो फील किया है. And how it takes you away from your consciousness. This bundle of thoughts come as force like
Chidanand is come in the opposition party. Abhi BJP ek side, Congress ek side. Chidanand is come in the opposition party now.
It's like
so
a
we
river.
Have to deal.
Guruji is like a river. If you see a river during monsoon, the way it goes up and down and a lot of currents being created, the same river during winter is absolutely still.
My dear Chidanand, what you're talking about is thoughts. I'm full with all due respect and namaskars. I'm bowing down to you and saying, river also exists. I have seen river. Ganga bhi dekha hai. Kaveri bhi dekha hai. I have seen many rivers. But I have not seen mind. But you are telling it's a river. Mind is like a river. No, how it is like a river?
No, because it is the basic cause of our suffering. As it is said, maneva manushyana bandha moksha karana. If you don't have a mind, you are moksha. But if you are having a mind, which is principally it is a bundle of thoughts. If you don't know,
bundle of thoughts, we agree.
Bundles are into your mind. So it is a human construct. Mind is a human construct to define the bundle of thoughts.
Okay. So now you are changing slightly. You are agreeing that it is only bundle of thoughts.
Yes. It is a bundle of thoughts. And it can be still.
That shaitan called mind does not exist. Or the shaitan exists.
No, once it becomes a torrential force, we call it shaitan, uncontrolled mind. Where we have to use our viveka and vairagya to still it.
Okay, so now we have got some thought from our master Chidanand. Who else would like to talk? Today we have to deal with this mind business. Girish, why you're not talking? Only you're typing something, Girish? Are you able to talk? Where's Girish? Are you able to talk or not able to talk? Where is Administrator? What is Girish saying? I think he's outside. He's not in his mind is not letting him talk. So can you please tell what is his mind telling?
Girish says that mind appears like an illusion, but we cannot find mind as it does not exist.
So Chidanand, you have got one more person in the opposition now. Girish also is telling that the mind is illusion, doesn't exist. See, let us try.
माइंड सिर्फ दिखता है लेकिन है नहीं. When you are in consciousness, it won't appear. Till that time, it appears to be there, but actually it is not there, as it is a bundle of thoughts.
So I like this word illusion. I like this word
because we cannot find it, but appears.
I tell you, all of you, if you answer today's question, you can all get moksha. All today, only one question you answer. That's all. I will all give you all certificate of moksha.
May I say something, Guruji?
Yes, sir. Sir, bolo, sir.
That way, if you look at it, everything is an illusion. So basically, everything is an illusion on the backdrop of mind only. Moment the mind goes away, the ignorance goes away, and then you are in step. The whole
But am
Maya,
I
Maya is
illusion?
concept of Maya
This
itself.
fellow, this fellow's illusion. You see, this fellow is illusion. What you are seeing in the screen, who's
Yes,
holding his nose.
as per
I
Shastra,
think-
it is illusion. Yes, of course it is illusion. The
How
whole
illusion?
Posimon as well as soul. It's moment the Maya starts playing its role in ignorance. We have Ishvara Jagat Jiva, and when
If you
you
say,
then you go
if
into
you
step,
say something like this in the call, then I have to give everybody one kilo jalebi to eat because they will go so crazy. They will not. I have to make everybody eat one kilo jalebi now.
that jump is what is required. No, because we are a part of illusion. The Jiva is a part of illusion. All efforts he has to do is jump out of it.
No, we will now stick to the mind. Rekha Parvani. What do you know about the mind, Rekha Parvani?
Shivam, AiR,
Shivam.
as long as we are in the BME, the mind exists. Once we realize the truth of Neti Neti Tattvamasi, there's no mind.
How that will happen? Just by realizing Neti Neti Tattvamasi, where the mind will go, Rekha? See, first of all, Rekha, hold on.
It will,
You are telling the mind is there. First of all, you are saying mind is there. Then you are saying after
Mind is-
realizing Neti Neti, mind will not be there.
no,
Where the mind is going?
it stills, we push it out. Once we know Neti Neti. When we are in the BME, it is a bundle of thoughts. And once we know Neti Neti Tattvamasi, it's just one thought which we can kill. We can push it
So
out.
anybody else wants to challenge me, or should we go into the answer now?
We'll go to answer.
Should we go into answer mode? With Atmatra, I see Atmatra is just coming. Atmatra, you are telling us what is mind. You have any idea, Atmatra? Unmute. Atmatra, please unmute.
When we go to find mind, we can't find it, but it is a bundle of thoughts only. I know.
So,
Mind.
so mind is there or not there? I want to know.
Mind is there, but it is invisible.
Invisible mind. Atmatra says it is invisible mind. Sudeep Bhargava, what do you have to say, Sudeep Bhargava? Mind is there or no?
So for common people, the mind is there because that is what is disturbing us. But once we are enlightened, then the mind has been stilled. So it's
But for
like
you-
that there is a lake without any waves.
But according to you, mind is there or not there?
For me, definitely it is there.
So your mind is your best friend, or what is your mind?
No, he's not my best friend. I'm trying to unfriend him.
Okay. I like to tease Sudeep whenever it comes to mind. Parvati Amma, what you have to say, Parvati Amma? Mind is there or no, Parvati Amma? Yes, Parvati Amma.
Yes, there is an appearance of mind.
Is there?
We are always troubled by it, by the thoughts of the mind.
No. Are you troubled by mind or are you troubled by thoughts?
Troubled by thoughts.
Then why you're talking about mind? Where is the mind? Why you believe everybody, Parvati Amma? You should not believe, no?
Thoughts are coming one after the another and continuously. Then that becomes a mind.
See, Parvati Amma is the intelligent person of the group. She is the intelligent person. She gave such answer. But today, my dear friends, let me tell you something which will shock you. There is no mind. Let me tell you one thing. From today onwards, if somebody tells you mind, you should tell them what nonsense you're talking about. Bliss, you're hearing me, Bliss? There is no mind. When you are permitting the mind to be formed, you are destroying your life. Please don't form mind. Because if you form mind, you are only destroying your life. There is no mind. I am telling you this. There is no mind. If you bring mind to me, I will give you $1 million. Bring me mind. Come on. Gautam, you want money? No, Gautam. I'll give $1 million. 1 million, matlab, you know how much? 1 million. 8 crore rupees. 8 crore mein deta hu. Mind leke aao mere ko. Can you bring, Gautam? Can you bring me the mind? Yesterday you were telling you want money, you want money, you want money. You were telling yesterday.
I don't need but my mind needs.
Oh, you don't need money. Your mind needs money. No, that's all. Bring the mind which is needing money. You bring that mind to me. I will give $1 million. Bring mind to me. Can you bring? My dear friends, the mind does not exist. Ru Mataji said it in the first minute of the call. The mind, Sudeep Bhargava, does not exist, but we, what Girish told, we are creating an illusory mind. What Parvati Amma said, when we are permitting thoughts, Parvati Amma, we are permitting the thoughts to come one after the other. You think these thoughts can come uninvited? What we told yesterday, today's quote is in my status is that thoughts are uninvited. Huh? What is the today's thing? Thoughts are uninvited. They will enter your door. They will smash you and put you on the floor. Make them out and push them out and shut the door. This is not the mind. These are thoughts. So I want you to be very clear. I want you to be absolutely clear. Today's status says, thoughts will not knock at your door. They come uninvited and smash you on the floor. Push them out and shut the door. I am not talking of mind. I am talking of thoughts. When you permit, you know what happens? Suppose thoughts, some rotten thoughtitis, some rotten thoughts come into you and you accept it. You say, rotten thought, aja, aja, come, aja, aja. You tell the thought, come, come, come. 1 thought, 2 thought, 3 thought, 4 thought. Then those thoughts create in you feelings and action. And you, by accumulating thoughts, my dear friends, by accumulating thoughts, you are creating the mind. Parvati Amma, am I right, Parvati Amma? By accumulating thoughts, if you have only 1 thought, then there is no mind. But when you have 1 thought and 2nd thought and 3rd thought and 4th thought, then you have created a situation of the mind. So my dear friends, even an advanced spiritual master like Chidanand will agree that in reality, the thought is nothing, mind is nothing but an illusion. The mind doesn't exist. And Chidanand said that if we are able to realize that mindlessness, that is moksha, if only we can reach that state where there is no mind, we are free from all misery, free from all suffering. Gautam.
Sure, man.
Shiva.
I got the answer about that. Yes.
Got the answer?
Yes. Having so yesterday, one of all else, and I got the answer. So whenever I just
we can't hear you. We can't hear you at all.
Now you can hear me.
Speak loudly and quickly. Gautam, we could not hear you. Please repeat.
Yesterday, got the answer. The design.
Your mic is not connected properly. Aapka mic cut kar raha hai. So your mic is not connected properly. So either you can type it, Gautam. So my dear friends, today I have given you a challenging revelation. There is no mind. Bliko, are you there in what I'm saying? There is no mind. I am telling you today, there is nothing like mind. But when you are accumulating thoughts, you are creating an illusory mind. You are creating a rascal. You are creating a monkey that is going to make you a donkey. In reality, there is no mind, my dear friends. The mind, I know some of you may think I have lost my mind. And some of you may think I have lost my mind. But how can I lose my mind when there is no mind? So I am talking from a point of view of consciousness. I am talking to you from a point of simple consciousness. You know what, my dear friends? We are captured by the disease called rotten thoughtitis. And rotten thoughtitis is a disease that creates mind. So we have to get out of this rotten thoughtitis. I would like Samatma to give her views because Samatma is silent today. So Samatma, what do you think about the mind?
According to your own words, as you've always been telling us, where is the mind you cannot find. So in reality, mind is not there, but we create the mind because our mind is always having thoughts. So that is the mind. Because of the thoughts which are continuously going on, we have created the mind which tries to rule over us.
In reality, what you are saying, you are creating the mind, you cannot create because there is no mind. You are just letting those thoughts become the illusory mind. But in reality, Samatma, there is no mind. And because we are creating this illusory mind, which actually does not exist, then we are creating, you know what's the next step of the creating the illusory mind? Who can tell me? Who can tell me the next step of creating the illusory mind? Who can tell me?
We are controlled by the mind.
Correct. What is the next step? Once you create illusory mind, what's the next thing?
We have to calm it down. Guruji, we have to calm it. We have to calm it.
When you don't calm it and you create an illusory mind, then what happens next?
We get trapped into it and samsara.
We lose the consciousness.
What's that?
We are in bhoga then.
But what is the next thing happens? Siddhanand, you are saying something, Siddhanand and Sudeep. What happens?
What I'm saying is the moment you create an illusory mind, which is the ability the humans have, no other jiva has, we get trapped into it and we create the samsara. And then there is a cycle of birth and death.
Correct. But before that, you're missing one point. Sudeep Bhargava, what happens, Sudeep Bhargava, when you create the mind?
We
what
lose
is the next
consciousness. With the when the mind comes up, we lose consciousness.
Of course, because whenever there is a mind, there is no consciousness. That part we are clear. But who can tell me what happens next when we create the mind? Bliko?
Here we will suffer.
Bliko?
So mind can lead to the karmas, maybe?
Yes, but we are missing one point. Bliko?
Intellect thought will create emotion, and that emotion will leads you to do action which is wrong, and then you will suffer.
You know what happens the moment you create the mind? You know what's the next thing happens? The next thing that happens is the mind creates the ego. And it becomes me. And then all what you said is correct. Chidanand is correct. Sudeep is correct. All of you are correct. But the mind first creates the ego. And it becomes mind plus ego me. And both mind also doesn't exist. And ego also doesn't exist. Can you believe both mind and ego in the Upanishad? It is called Karana Sharir. And it is caused because of avidya. And this is not what I am saying. This is what Adi Shankara said. So don't blame Don't think I'm a fool that I'm just telling you something nonsensical. My dear friends, you permit the mind establishes itself. The mind creates the ego. Me comes alive. The me creates karma, and you are caught in samsara and you suffer. Are you going to suffer again and again and again? Or are you going to kill the mind and ego me? Are you going to destroy the mind and ego me? My dear friends, this is the biggest challenge of enlightenment. And today, I hope we have had an interesting discussion. I hope you have found from today onwards, do not accept the shaitan exists. It is only thoughts. And please control your thoughts by intellect. And please do not let thoughts become the mind, because it's sure to destroy you. It is sure, I am guaranteeing you, if you permit the mind, it is sure to destroy you. And the moment it destroys you, it has created me, the mind and ego. It has created karma. It is suffering. It makes you suffer pain of the body. Chidanand will tell you that, because the moment it establishes itself as me, then you become the body. The moment the ego and the mind is alive, my dear friends, you are in deep trouble. I think we will have one more discussion maybe tomorrow on a similar topic, because I think all of you have only touched the tip of the iceberg. So with that note, I bow down to you and look forward to your presence tomorrow at 8.